Hey, what is going on, everyone? And I thought that I would do one last video to round out this week or weekend of madness. I do want to say, if you haven't checked out my video from this morning, which talked about Icarus, basically bypassing the charge mechanics of Heroes for Hire, I recommend you checking that out. That's on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description below as well. So one thing that I really want to talk about, and I believe this was on Friday, I hadn't had time to really address this, and this was the Ghost Spy. Oh, there's my raid season rewards. That's a completely separate conversation because there's no addition of new shards in the raid season, so that's not being talked about in this video. But thought I'd point that out anyways because it showed up in my inbox. But what I want to talk to you about is coming soon Ghost Spider. So we found out, I believe this is on Friday, 12/11. Maybe it was yesterday. Okay, yesterday was Saturday. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, Ghost Spider has been officially confirmed as a Blitz character. So be on the lookout for the Dimension Traveler Blitz featuring Ghost Spider. Now, this was in the data mines. This was already predicted in some of the data mines suggested by Tana and others, and this isn't good. And I want to tell you exactly why this isn't good. There's a few reasons, but we're gonna point out the obvious one first, and that's because we also have a magic event coming soon. An event. I'm trying to find the... Is it here? I don't know. It's in the blog post, but you know that we have the upcoming season's sorcery event. I'm not going to bring up the blog post this time, but we do know that this event is going to be starting on Thursday, December the 16th. Now, this magic event is going to be running, I'm not sure yet, it's probably either going to be 10 days or 14 days. Typically, these kind of events with event stores have been either or. Lady Deathstrike was a 10-day event, and Icarus was a 14-day event, so it's going to be one of the two, which means it's going to be Thursday, December the 16th to the 26th, or from the 16th to the 30th. Now, what happens in between these dates? Well, at least between the 16th and the 26th, we have Christmas on the 25th. Now, we know what blitzes are going to be coming this coming week, Monday and Thursday. Honestly, I forget who they are, but it wasn't anything too important. They were normal characters, and we know that Thursday is going to be the first blitz that's going to be active with this magic event running, which also requires some degree of blitzing. So that's another reason why I wanted to bring this up, because the Season Sorcery event also includes heavy blitzing. You're going to be needing to blitz. Every time you win a blitz, you're basically going to get 35 of the event currency. You guys might remember this from previous events where they did things like this. So the chances of the Ghost Spider Blitz running simultaneously is incredibly high. Actually, just to bring back up the calendar, what I would probably say, and it's cut off slightly here because of my frame, Thursday, December 23rd. That is my estimated date for the first Ghost Spider Blitz. Unless they break protocol, which seems very unlikely, I don't think they've ever really done a new character blitz on a Monday. So if they did that, that would be kind of nice, but I don't really expect that to happen. So because Magic is currently in the Red Stars, what I expect is that we're going to see a Ghost Spider Red Star feature and an offer, of course, sometime this coming Wednesday, probably Wednesday. That'll be like a week after the patch. And then we'll see the Blitz probably coming next Thursday on December the 23rd. Now, why is this a big issue? Well, count 3 days from that. You go Thursday the 23rd, Friday the 24th, Christmas on Saturday the 25th, and it's going to end on the afternoon, or sorry, the store reset time on the 26th. Which also for some of us in Canada and the UK is also considered to be Boxing Day, which is an extended holiday as well. I don't know if it's an official government holiday actually, but it's essentially American Black Friday. Just happens for us the day after Christmas. So it's an important day nonetheless as well. So these few days here are really, really important for a lot of people. You know, this is family time. This is Christmas holiday family time for the most part, or whatever. Family, friends, and anyone else you spend time with. And I know that the logic for this is that, yeah, you might have more time to play this, so people are going to be logging in more. I just think this is a really tone-deaf response and, you know, a time to schedule a blitz new character. Now, if this was an event, like I said, we have the Magic event kind of running concurrently to this, which is okay, because at the end of the day, you know, a 10, 14-day event, it's not like a burst amount of stuff you're doing like you are for a new character blitz. Blitz scores run incredibly high during new character blitzes, and we're going to talk about that in this video as well. We're going to get to that because I have some estimated scorings for that, and we're going to take a look at basically what kind of shards you can pick up for that and what the reasonable average is for that. And it's not very good. Despite what people think about Blitz, the Blitz new character release really serves the top 1% who can score really well, and that does well for them. For everyone else, it's not very good. But let's talk about the second Blitz date. So we know that the first Blitz day is going to be Thursday the 23rd, probably to Thursday the Sunday the 26th. And then the second Blitz, because it's 2 Thursdays in a row, that lands on Thursday, December the 30th here, and that runs to the 31st on the Friday, which is New Year's Eve, January the 1st on Saturday, and then January the 2nd on Sunday, which is when it's going to end. So we have 2 Blitzes in a row that are running on consecutive holidays, both on Christmas, for some of us Boxing Day on the 26th, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and, whatever else happens around the world, I don't know, for every instance. But these are 2 weeks of really bad Blitz dates, and I think this is super tone deaf. I think this is super tone deaf by Scopely and Boundless to do this to us at this time. Like I said, if it was just a standard event running like for 2 weeks that happened to roll over through this, I would be okay with that and less angry or upset about it. But the other reason why is because Blitz is just... I'm sorry, for all those other people who really like Blitz, and I can score pretty well myself because my TCP is really high, but it's generally pretty unfriendly, and we're going to look at exactly why that is. And so to really showcase this, I want to bring up this Msf Blitz Tracker by Thorn and the Average Joes, and I think Wolva Thor was part of this as well. It hasn't been updated too much lately, but what I want to share with you guys is kind of the scoring and the cutoffs for a Cloak and Dagger, which was the most recent sort of new character blitzing that had to be done, but also Maria Hill, that was prior to this. Now, there hasn't been any real new character blitzes since then, and a lot of people thought that they were kind of leaving this behind, but nope. It appears that they're bringing back in, and like I said, it's running concurrently to the Magic event, or at least some of it might be running concurrently to the Magic event, maybe a little bit more if the Magic event is 14 days. We don't really know yet at this point. So here's what we're going to look at. We're going to scroll back, and you might be able to see this here. We're going to scroll back to, I believe it was July. No, here we go. So Maria Hill, which was her second character blitz. But you can see here that the 1% cutoff was about basically 43 million. 26 million for 2.2 to 3%, and then 13 million for 4 to 10%. Now, fast forwarding, a month and a half, 2 months up to Cloak and Dagger, well, we have 46 million on 1%. And 30.4 million for 2 to 3%, 13.8 million for 4 to 10%. Why is this important? Well, I crafted together a very quick spreadsheet for you guys. Of course I would, right? So here is what I call my Ghost Spider Blitz spreadsheet. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. I just put this here just so I would remember something. So we have the Ghost Spider Blitz shards. Now this is a 100 shard unlock. Now these are obviously the breakdowns. For those of you who don't remember, you get the shards and the red stars that come alongside that. So hey, maybe for some people, if you really don't want to spend your red star orbs and you can get 2 to 3% or higher, you'll get a 3 red star. But I would recommend pulling higher because Ghost Spider is a really powerful character, and I will have some gameplay footage from the test server coming pretty soon to my channel. I've been doing a little bit more testing, and that will be coming in the days ahead. I've had a really busy weekend, obviously, with some of my videos. So here's what we're going to talk about. You know the breakdown for shards, but let's talk about some of the potentials. So maximum shard potential. This is 242. Now this is 1% twice, plus the 21 shards that you get from the milestone twice. And that gives you a grand total of 242 as your maximum potential for free-to-play. Now, what's more average probably is that you're gonna get, like, and when I mean average, I mean like the literal statistical average. So this is either 30 to 45% or 46 to 65%, but for this purposes, I did 30 to 45. Let's say you scored 30 to 45 twice and you did the milestones, you're only getting 82 shards, which actually is not even an unlock. The gap between, like, is just so dramatic. And what's more likely? This is what I call more likely. This is 11 to 20% twice, plus the 21 milestone shards, and that'll get you 112. So 11 to 20% gives you 35 shards, so 35 times 2, that's 70, plus 21 times 2, that's 112. Now, there's other ways that you can unlock her still because she's 100 shards, and I have to say, because she's 100 shards, that's what makes this even more difficult. And the characters previously to that were also all 100 shards. Maria Hill was 100, Cloak and Dagger were both 100. They had a mixed release method, but nonetheless, they were still 100 shards. The other way to unlock would be to score 21 to 30% twice, and then buy 2 675 Power Core Orbs, because those always exist for Blitz characters, which means that Ghost Spider will likely have the same thing. So, 21 to 30%, that gives you 25 shards. If you do that twice, you get 50. And then if you do the 750k milestones twice, then you also get 42 more shards on top. That gets you 92. Which means that unless you get lucky and you get 8 plus shards on the orb, you're going to need to buy 2 of these. So that will get you the unlock. But that will just give you a bare minimum 3-star unlock. But it will give you an unlock nonetheless. Now, some of the estimated Blitz points required, this is kind of what I was discussing earlier in that spreadsheet. So what I've done is I calculated the difference between Maria Hill and the Cloak and Dagger Blitz, and that was about 8%. Cloak and Dagger scores were about 8% higher than Maria Hill in about a month and a half or so. And so what I did is I took that 8%, and I added that on to the Cloak and Dagger Blitz points, and then I also added 5% more because it might be running concurrently to the Magic event. So I thought that people might be blitzing a little bit more as a result of that, and so the scores will be a little bit higher. So I basically added 13.5% or so on top of the Cloak and Dagger Blitz scores, and this is what I got. So a 1% cutoff, if you want that 100 shards, I'm estimating it to be about 52 million. 2 to 3%, 34.5 million. 4 to 10, 15.6, I know these are really weird numbers sometimes, 11 to 20, 6.5, 21 to 30, 3.8, and just for giggles, 30 to 45% as 2 million. Now, like I said, the main way that you're going to want to unlock it, just bare minimum, would be to score this 21 to 30% twice, a la this line here, and then get some Power Core Orbs. Alternatively, you can also get the 11 to 20% twice, you know, and that'll give you the 3-star without having to spend any Power Cores. But you can see that there's a huge gap between, you know, these scores, right? So 11 to 20% is 35, but even the 2 to 3% twice, you know, times by 2, that's 110 shards, plus 42 from the milestone, that's 152 shards. That's not great. You know, the gap between 1% and even 2 to 3% twice is quite dramatic. This 45 shard differential between 2 to 3% and 1% is pretty huge. So, some final notes here. Blitz releases really suck for new average players. This sucks because this particular Blitz sucks because it's right amid family holidays. I understand the logic about more time being available, but it's typically meant for other things in this holiday, I would think. Anyone under 21 to 30% scoring typically won't have a chance to unlock 100 shard characters, such as Ghost Spider. So this is a bit of a problem, because previously we did used to have Blitzes for 45 shard character unlocks, but I think since we've had the strike pass, and you know, don't quote me on this one, it seems like we've been moving away from 45 shard blitzing. There is a huge gap between the top 1% and everyone else. There's a 242 maximum shard potential compared to 152 at 2 to 3%, and that's not even a 4-star. So the maximum potential for free-to-play is like 4.5 star. You know, it's 62 out of 130. It's halfway, more or less, to a 5-star. So if you were to, I don't know, spend more power cores on orbs, or you spent a little bit, you could get your way to a 5-star. But otherwise, for people who can only score 2 to 3% or less, you know, are at a significant disadvantage and barely can't even get a 4-star on this. So I don't know. It's not my favorite release method, and it involves a lot of low-quality screen time that we're going to be having to check our phones across the holidays over many different holiday days every 2 hours. And I'm not happy about doing this. There's a one thing for doing it for the event for Magic, and there's a completely another thing for doing it for a new character such as Ghost Spider. So let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this. I'm a little bit unhappy about actually, I'm really unhappy about this, not just a little bit unhappy. I don't know if this means I'm going to end up spending some cores or something to make up for not having the time to do blitzing, because I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to spend doing this. But knowing that I'm probably going to have to do some of that really makes me a bit unhappy. I know it doesn't look like it because I don't normally get too mad. I am mad inside. I know I don't yell or, you know, show it too much. Anyways, let me know what you feel about this, or how you feel about this, sorry, in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your week coming up and the rest of the weekend if you're watching this still on Sunday. And until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.